See if I can get anybody to come watch. Actually, hang on a second. I think I forgot my... It says it over here, but I should just tell everybody anyway. All right, cool. So let's find the deck. Actually, I'm still trying to find, well, I say still, trying to find a Glorious Protector or two. But I think call time events haven't actually even started yet. So if there are any cards available on the bots, it's just from people, I guess, buying packs and opening packs. But I see all the bots are really busy, so that's a good sign. Hey, Mr. Pie, good to see you. Don't get too distracted from from your work. So yesterday was the official. Excuse me, just had breakfast. Was the official downtime to upload the call time cards onto Magic Online, but I think events are starting 10 a.m. Pacific time today, which is in like 2 hours from now. It's like exactly 11 o'clock. Just ticked 11 o'clock right now, Eastern time, which means 8 o'clock. Yeah, 8 o'clock Pacific. So anyhow, just on the off chance that anybody has opened up some call time and has started selling to bots, I'm looking for a Glorious Protector, that new angel, but I'm pretty sure there just aren't the cards online. Like if you check out the sets that are available, call time last night was still like grayed out. Like I think that means that they don't have any of those cards. Like you can see call time here, just like nothing in stock. So I guess the reason the bots are so busy this morning is maybe people are checking to see if the cards are available, but looks like they're still not. Mr. Pie, you are. Oh, do you work at a like a local game store, an LGS? That's pretty cool. If that's the work that you're doing. So I guess it actually makes sense that you'd watch some Magic while doing that. Maybe it helps you focus. It would be like an accountant like watching a stream of somebody like doing a bunch of math or something. So, yeah, I'm going to play some Time Warp. I'm going to try to say this a few times today, but on Monday's stream, I think it was Ugly Hood Rat, one of my regulars in the chat, very very lovely username. He told me I should set up Streamlabs so you guys could donate to me directly, and I see you just subscribed, Mr. Pie, which is really awesome. Thanks so much for that. But I was oh, look at this! They actually changed the art on these snow-covered forests. Like, I thought, we'd be able to choose which which arts we want to use, but this is the secret lair art, but they updated it to have the snowy border, just so I guess it's a board state thing. To me, it's like, I guess, the Dryad Arbor situation where maybe people are getting confused how many snow permanents people have, so this is trying to make it more obvious. But anyhow, what I was saying was that Ugly Hood Rat told me that I should set up Streamlabs so you guys can donate to me if you want to. So, I spent like an hour trying to figure out like how to set up donations on Twitch. I thought I had kind of set it up already, and I think I kind of did. Like there's options where you can just set it up to go directly to PayPal, and all sorts of different things. Long story short, if you check like either on the app on mobile or on desktop, under the About heading under the video, there should be a donate button now, and that'll take you to a donation page. You can enter an amount. There's some like preset amounts, like 1, 5, 10 or whatever, and you can put in a like a sentence or two when you make your donation. And this is one of the things that I find very fun about Gabriel Nassif's streams. Like, he's one of the guys who got me sort of interested in watching Twitch at all. I don't love that every single time somebody subscribes, he has this like Yellow Hat song that comes on. But I do love the ridiculous things that people say afterwards, that you have like the text to speech thing where it's like, hey, Gabe, you're doing great. Love the stream. Keep up the good work, right? And so if you guys want to send me some text to speech messages, you can donate $1, donate $2, donate $2,000. The link is down in the About section. So if you guys can't find it, let me know. But that is now an option. There's this thing in in Twitch as well called Bits, which, being fairly new to Twitch myself and not really following too many other channels, not sure how it works, but I think you can type in the chat like cheer 5 or something like that, and it will donate 5 cents to me, and it'll have like a little flashing thing that says like Mr. Pie donated 5 cents or something. I'm not in dire need of cash, but like it's something that happens on Twitch, so I want to make sure I'm not like a complete noob when it comes to that stuff. The Yellow Hat thing is a little bit over the top. So look at this, guys. Look at the art changing. So they're just like, excuse me, they're just kind of like whiting out all of the snow permanents. This looks so different than it used to look. All right. So yeah, I'm just going to jump into it. It's going to be the same list as it was for the 4-1 on Monday evening. Starting a little bit early today because I've got some rescheduled appointments that I normally wouldn't have today, but my afternoon is kind of booked, so I want to make sure I still got to sit down with you guys today. So anyhow, the list has been feeling good. We did well on Monday. Of One Mind was pretty clutch in one spot. Skyclave is always pretty good. I think we saw that Resto subbing in for the new Glorious Protector would have actually been pretty good against Tron. They just kept playing like Oblivion Stones, so having the Glorious Protector to blink our board and save us from the board wipes could have been pretty nice, I think. So anyhow, without further ado, let's just get started. Sorry if I'm clearing my throat more than often. I just ate breakfast and it's still settling. So we're not going to play a queue. We're going to play a league. And we're not playing S-Bant September. Playing Time Warp. So how are you guys doing this fine morning, if it is morning where you are? Suspen, I think that the donate button is like kind of right there, like in the app. Like if you're holding the phone vertically and so the video is not full screen, there should be an About tab, and it's like the only thing under the About tab is just a big button that says Donate. Hey, Freedy, welcome to the stream. I was watching the replay of Monday's stream. Some of those matches were just pretty sensational, and I realized I was a little bit abrupt with Freedy when they asked about what I thought about the new card. It's just the Glorious Protector. Some people, I feel, are not, well, most people, in my opinion, just because I'm particularly high on that card, in my view, it just seems like people are not as hyped as they should be. And like, when you're really hyped on a card and a lot of people are like, it's like not that good, it gets a little not annoying, just like frustrating after a while. It's like, you guys, you have to understand, this card is gonna like revolutionize Soulherder. Suspen, let me see if I can find it. So if I'm watching like Aspiring Spike, there's an About tab. Like I'm holding my phone vertically and it says About. I don't know if this is focusing or whatever, but it's like right here. And if you click on About for him, it's got like a YouTube button and an Aspiring Spike and schedule and donate and all this stuff. I think the only button that I have is is actually just the donate button. So if you guys don't see it, I checked for myself and I saw it. But again, I'm kind of a noob with all this stuff, so I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay, man, I got to get used to these snowlands. Beautiful hand if we had one more land. We are on the draw. Opponent is mulliganing to 6. We can't play our Noble Hierarch. I have to mulligan this. Oh, it's so close, though. Oh, it's the same hand. Maybe... I've heard that there are some bugs in Magic Online since they started it up again after the downtime. Okay, I can barely see that this is a land. I hate it. Hey, Sesben. Thanks so much for the resubscription. Ses, did you see did you find the donate link, or is it still not showing up for you? So I have to keep 5 of these. I think 2 cryptics is a little excessive, and I don't know. Like, do we want to keep a 3rd land or cryptic? Probably cryptic, I guess. You know, mulliganing to 5, you have to sort of play the odds. Opponent says, good luck. Thanks. Same to you. And we'll keep like this and hope that we hit some lands. Excuse me. All right, Steam Vents with Invisible Art. I'm serious that, like, it's really hard for me to keep in, like, appreciate that this is a forest here. It's a little bit weird. They need to, like, up the saturation or something. All right, this looks like I'm about to get mono-leaked or something. I could hold off on cracking the Windswept Teeth. It doesn't look like the opponent is being very aggressive, but we drew a land, so everything worked out. So, I don't know. I don't even, the opponent could be doing anything. Spell Snare. Okay, you got it. Next turn, we're going to go probably just, like, maybe Eternal Witness, get a land. I don't know. If this is a Teferi, it could be pretty annoying. No, they don't have any white, so just the Royal Scions. So we're going to want to find a Skyclave Apparition just to get rid of this thing. The ultimate says draw 4 cards. When you do, they deal damage to any target equal to the number of cards in your hand. Okay. I know the +2/+0 for strike and trample. Okay, all right. So I discarded a Scalding Tarn, I think. So we're drawing lands. So at this point, I don't want to get lands back. We do want to get blue online for Cryptic Command. So we've got 1 blue here. Maybe I'll go get Breeding Pool and get Coiling Oracle back. What do you guys think about the way that these snowlands are showing up now on Magic Online? I have to say I don't love that they sort of retroactively change the art of existing cards. DV Neil, the cards are still unavailable on Magic Online. Events are going to start in about 2 hours. And then the cards will start trickling in. Okay, Mystic Sanctuary going for Spell Snare. Okay, well, they know I have the Coiling Oracle. So they're drawing and discarding, working their way up to the ultimate. They discarded another land. They bolt the Eternal Witness. Well, this is quite nice. We know that they have the Spell Snare. I think I'm just going to go for blowing up this thing. And if they have a counter, they only have 2 cards in hand. So if those 2 cards are Spell Snare plus like Monoleak, that would be a little bit ridiculous. But if we kill this Royal Scions right now, then, oh God. All right, so they're countering this. They did have 2 counters in hand. It just looks like a hard control deck. So we know that they have the Spell Snare. We've got 1 more. Oh, they have Mystic Sanctuary to put that on top. Well, they're doing pretty well here with the Mystic Sanctuaries. And I guess they're going to draw that with the Royal Scions and discard the Spell Snare, I imagine. All right, fair enough. So I am just going to... So they're going to just I imagine, just ultimate this. And since they only have that in hand, I'm just going to cast this Coiling Oracle now. We're going to be careful how we tap our lands. Blue-green. They're going to draw a lot of cards, but we've got a lot of cards in hand. So they're just going to counter my snake. Oh, they're drawing 2 cards. Fair enough. And let's see what I hit. Time Warp is a good one. Now, I have not played a land yet this turn, so I feel like I might as well just run out another snake now. The odds of them drawing into another counterspell right now seem somewhat slim, so we hit a land, which is kind of nice. So opponent knows that I have the Time Warp in hand, but I believe that's it. All right, so are they going to ultimate, or are they going to continue to... So, all right, they opt first. They could just be, like, well, here's a Misty Rainforest. Some kind of combo deck, like trying to cast, like, Through the Breach or something. So at a certain point, it would be nice to be able to hold up Cryptic Command. But, you know, we need to get some kind of board going first. But, DV Neil, to answer your question in another way, I've been testing a Singleton Restoration Angel as a placeholder for Glorious Protector. It's very similar to Restoration Angel, except it can tuck away your entire team. So Snapcaster. You know what? I think I want to counter this and maybe bounce the Royal Scions. Wait. I think I clicked on my own land. Counter target spell, return target permanent to its owner's hand. Unfortunately, I have to use all my blue to do this, which is a little bit rough. Unfortunately, I'm attacking the Royal Scions currently, so cracking their land. I mean, we're establishing our mana, which is obviously good. Once we start hitting Eternal Witnesses, Soulherders, they're stomping a snake. Awesome. All right, well, that was sort of successful. Opponent on one card, we know that card, I guess, is the Royal Scions, right? And now a new one, whatever they drew off the top. Here they are again. We should get to take an extra turn, unless they magically find another counterspell. All right, so what's the deal here? I guess we could also just go Blade Splice or Ice Fang. Let me start by just attacking the Scions. They are only on 1 red mana. Do believe that's enough for, like, Through the Breach. This is almost certainly like a Blood Moon deck as well, so I should be thinking about that. All right, I mean, usually want to start by going with the Time Warp, and I think we could also... Oh, we can't quite get a snake down. Okay. Well, Force seems pretty good here. Maybe I'll just play the Blade Splicer and pass with Force up. Overall, this seems like it could be a pretty good matchup, apart from the risk of getting Blood Mooned, but I do have a Force in hand now. So countering that that Snapcaster was pretty massive. They're trying to petty theft my Golem. I think I'm going to counter that because it means that they can't cast the fairy. So this is looking more and more just like a kind of a... I don't know if you call it a tempo deck, but one of these control decks that just eventually gets down a fairy and kills you. All right, so they've got a giant, but we've got First Strike, which seems pretty good. That's a great card. Actually, maybe Going to attack the Scions just like that. See if the opponent wants to block. They do not. So maybe I'll just play to Fairy, bounce my Blade Splicer, play the Blade Splicer again. Just try to apply some pressure. Let's see what we draw. I don't really want to bounce the Bone Crusher because it lets them like use it as Stomp again. It just looks like they're trying to outgrind me. If I get a bunch of golems on the battlefield, it's going to be hard for them to do that. So drew another Oracle. Pretty nice. Sespen, I think there should be a jingle when like there should be sounds, I think, like but I guess it hasn't shown up. There should be jingles and like a little sound, little song, and then like if you type any text on the donation, it should say that out loud. I did a bunch of testing. I didn't get any notification about your donation. Did you get? Was there a little pop up on the screen that said, Sespen just donated $1? Because I only have my one monitor on my laptop, so I can't have like the dual screen like the dual screen stream management that most people do. All right, we got there. Very nice. This Scions was kind of threatening to take over the game, but it's like our deck is just going to have more value than their deck. So what are we going to be looking to bring in? They have some red, but it looks kind of minimal compared to the blue in the deck. So maybe we want to bring in like a Celestial Purge or something like that. Definitely the other force here, Veils and Ashiok. This is a Snapcaster deck. My opponent has disconnected. Sespen, were you muted or something? Possibly when? Oh, I guess you wouldn't be because you can hear me talking. But that's weird that the sound didn't play. I looked at it like a whole bunch of times. It should have like kind of like a military little kind of fanfare. Was the animation with the horse with the big eyes? Did that show up? All right, what am I taking out? Oro seems amazing. Purge, I don't know. Purge seems weird because we do have Skyclave Apparitions. We have Cryptic Commands to deal with things that resolve. You can just attack down their Planeswalkers. It's gonna be a long game probably, so I can probably trim a Hierarch, maybe 2. I like the combo aspect of things. Blade Splicer was very good. Maybe Soulherder dies a little too easily to bolt in this matchup. Trim 2 Hierarchs. Gotta trim 2 more cards. They're not really pressuring my life total, so maybe Uro, I can trim one of them. And I don't know, of one mind, I guess, trim one of those. Everything else is pretty awesome. The 5 cards that we're bringing in are very strong. And remember, that was a mulligan to 5 that game. Opponent's mulliganing to 6, and we are going to keep this. Blue land, a fetch would be great to be able to go get Hallowed Fountain. That would turn on Ashiok and these Ephemerates. It's so weird that you didn't see the animation or hear the sounds. If people just want to keep donating to test if it works, I'm not gonna ask you to not do that. I think the opponent is thinking about their mulligan still. I think for the like when people Opponent just scoops, I guess. There we go. Um, so for subscriptions, you should see like Link from the Zelda games, with like the wind blowing in his hair. And for follows, you should see Gunther, the penguin from Adventure Time. And for donations, you should see it's. I think the correct name is the Pooh Brain horse from Adventure Time. It's a ridiculous character from this cartoon, and I think it's only in one episode, but it's just this big circular horse, and its eyeballs like kind of like grow and then shrink. So my opponent apparently is just not having a good morning. They just dropped out before even getting into game 2. Oh, I see. I have a notification from Streamlabs that I got my first donation. That's exciting. But I didn't actually. I'll turn my volume on so that. Oh wait! I just heard. Yeah. I heard the music, and I just caught the tail end of the woman's voice saying something about money. So did you hear that stuff, Sespen, or no? McDerp, I do not play any other games online currently. In the past, when I was in college, which was like 800 years ago, I played Quake 3. I was in a clan. It's pretty good. What's up with these hands? Can't get any lands. I mean, this is so amazing if any of these cards is just like another land. Soul Mulligan. And another weird one. I mean, any fetch makes the hand great. There's no 2-drops. There's no ramp. I currently can't cast anything in the hand. Definitely feels bad. So McDerp, you didn't hear it. Sesben didn't hear it. But Sesben, did you see an animation? McDerp, did you see an animation? I think I have to mulligan this, guys. Oh my god. I can't believe these hands. So we've mulliganed to 5 twice now in the first 2 matches. I'm going to keep here because I don't want to go below 5. I'm going to bottom the Time Warp, and I'm going to bottom one of these Hierarchs, I guess. Okay, McDerp saw the animation. That's cool. So I'll just have to check my sound settings, I guess. No. My speakers are muted, so or were muted, I should say, when it happened. All right, I think this is going to be pretty rough, guys. Mulligans to 5, always difficult. All right, so are we getting just run over by Ponza here? This happened in the last league. Okay, well, that was sort of timely. I think for now, guys, I have to deal with the Bone Crusher. Alternatively, I could get rid of the Arbor Elf, which seems actually pretty nice, and then take 4 from the Bone Crusher, and then if nothing else, I can ephemerate the Skyclave next turn. They'll just get a 1/1, and I'll take away their Bone Crusher. I have to think that's probably better, preventing them from ramping into like Bloodbraid Elf. Interesting to note that we don't take any damage when we kill Bone Crusher, because it's only the target of a spell, not an ability. Okay, so they did get the Blood Moon down. I could pop that if I want to. And I think I want to, actually, and we'll catch the rebound and kill Bone Crusher Giant. So I'm only going to have 1 green source. Which means I'm going to play the Coatl to death touch this guy to death. All right, so let's get our attack in. I mean, getting Hierarch down would be a disciplined play, but I also think it's quite good to just kill the Bone Crusher Giant. So... Death Touch, go. Remember, we're trying to dig out of a mulligan to 4 here. Sorry, mulligan to 5, not to 4. Decent draws. Opponent looks like they don't have a bolt or anything. Arbor Elf, I could blow that up with the other Skyclave Apparition. And, oh, Clothis, that's an excellent target for this Skyclave. Well, or this one. Opponent's running out of good magic cards. Teferi's pretty good. He can just bounce this 3/3. Nice. So I think Teferi's going to die, which is sort of okay. If they attack with both of these creatures, I'm just going to eat one of them. So Teferi might not die. Maybe they feel it's important enough. Oh, looks like they might. Well, that works out well. I mean, Teferi gets rid of a 3/3 token and eats an Arbor Elf. Kind of awesome. I don't have a second basic planes in this build, but I do have a Hierarch down. They're blowing up the only non-basic I have. That's okay with me. Okay, they're empty-handed. Let's go. Mulligan to 5. Not so bad, I guess. I'm going to get my second forest here, because I don't really want to draw more land, so I'd rather get that forest out of the deck. Let's go ahead and get in with Skyclave. And I could pop this Utopia Sprawl, but I think I'd rather just hold the Skyclave Apparition and just go like this. Yeah, Skyclave is pretty good. Particularly against decks that top out at like 3 mana. That's a good card. So I'm going to get in with this guy and this guy. They're going to take some damage this turn. I'm not going to let them just jump with this illusion. Nice. So kind of weird. I have 5 mana. I'm going to get Eternal Witness down and Ephemerate. And yeah, things looking pretty decent. And I'll just hold up Ephemerate forever. Like, I'm not going to be aggressive with it at all. We're significantly ahead. All right, very, very nice. I think we got a little bit fortunate having the 2 basics in our opening hand. Typically against the Blood Moon decks, what we've seen lately is that I'll get crushed in game 1. And then we'll claw our way out of the hole in games 2 and 3. So the Paths are great. Celestial Purge and the Ether Gusts are great. Worship is pretty nice as well. Okay, so you got to take 7 cards out. Cryptic is 2 blue intensive. It's just a way to lose the game, I think. On the other hand, we do have 2 basic islands that we can fetch out, and I think the time warps are pretty good. I could go down to 1. They tend to be very grindy games, so I don't necessarily need to draw a time warp on the first few turns. Skyclave, obviously amazing. The Hierarchs are fragile, but necessary against Blood Moon. Teferi's a way to potentially bounce a Blood Moon or bounce something else. Just card advantage, draws some of their attacks, but not necessarily the most important card. They did see Eternal Witness at the end of the game, so they might bring in more graveyard hate, like Scavenging Oozes and stuff. So I could trim 1 Uro maybe. They have a lot of removal. Soulherder seems in this matchup like it could be a liability. It could bounce, cut 1 Teferi. I like leaving in a couple of forces. It's just the kind of card. I don't know. Maybe I'll trim 1 force to leave 1 in just in case. I'm fine drawing 1 force of negation. I don't want to draw any more than that. I mean, Purge is kind of a slightly better force of negation in a lot of spots in this matchup. Resto seems pretty good. Let's keep in mind that it's actually trying to be a Glorious Protector. All right, so that was a mulligan to 5. Let's see if we can keep more cards than that in this game. Opponent is keeping 7. We've got the removal. So, I mean, it's looking like turn 2 Oracle and then pray to draw basics and not get Blood Mooned out of the game, basically. I mean, this is a good hand. You can't really mulligan these kinds of hands. Excuse me. Clearing my throat constantly today. Against stuff like Blood Moon. Damn. Okay, all right, we have a force now. That's awesome. That's actually super good. That makes me comfortable to play the tapped Temple Garden here. Actually, yeah, I'm fine with that. If they have, like, Utopia Sprawl into Bloodbraid, get a little punished by not playing it untapped. Well, I could just counter this. Doesn't seem great. All right, well, they have the Mega Nuts here. Well, that's pretty cool. I get to counter that. Okay. So all a little bit sketchy, but we have good cards in hand. We made our second land drop. We really need to start drawing lands. This guy's okay. I am going to purge him, though, because he's kind of obnoxious. I could hold Purge, be more disciplined, like to get rid of a Blood Moon. But Klothys is pretty purgeable, I think. All right, deck is not cooperating this time. Blood Moon will officially wreck us. We can't even path our own creatures because we don't have any creatures. I mean, we've got amazing cards in hand. But, I mean, they could Blood Moon us at any second, and it would just be lights out. All right, looks like this hand might actually work out a little bit. They are down to 1 card, and we really, really, really still need to draw lands. Let's say green land into Eternal Witness getting back another land. Deck. I guess now the question is, if they play this Bone Crusher next turn, do we let it resolve and then path it? Or do we just Ether Gust it? Let's see what they do with their fetch. Maybe we just like Ether Gust an elf or something. So they crack their fetch now. I could gust the Arbor Elf, but it doesn't seem high enough impact given the spot that I'm in here. So Ether Gust is probably better in hand for like a Blood Moon. Renin 6 is also pretty annoying. Might as well use my cards, I think. Always, always the last card that they have. Seasoned Pyromancer. So now we're going to see this thing come down, I guess. Yeah. Hey, look at that. Now we still have time to get down Worship. But it's sketchy. Sketchy, sketchy. Okay, well, just in time, basically, right? We gotta land. I will not be blocking anytime soon. Opponent kind of looks like they're F6'd. Uro is a good one. I could play Uro and then like ephemerate him. I don't want to put myself dead to their attack. They have 7 on board. If I use this, I go down to 7. I kind of feel like I want to play Uro and draw a bunch of cards right now. I could try to force them to crack the relic by like ghost blocking next turn and getting an Eternal Witness trigger. Or I could just force them to crack it right now by just like attacking and then ephemerating on my second main phase. And then I could cast Uro. It's just so sketchy with only one creature on the board to just completely throw everything into Worship. So I could gain 6 life and draw 2 cards. That seems really strong. It would put me at 14 and then 13. All right, I don't really want to draw more lands. So I guess blue, we need basics. We don't really need double blue. Oh, we do need double blue to potentially escape Uro, but that's not going to happen for a while, so. Could also just path the Bone Crusher. Let's see what we draw. Okay, well, we have another creature here. I'm going to say no. And I think that I am going, oh, you know what? Maybe I want, hang on. Leaving up Ephemerate to protect the Eternal Witness seems pretty clutch too. I just really need lands. To be able to hold up Ephemerate and cast Worship. I've got the 2 white, so any land would do it, basically. So do I want to get another draw out of Uro and lose my Ephemerate? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to let it ride. And I'm going to go for the Ghost block, I think. Opponent seems like they're kind of empty-handed, so they might be priced into cracking the relic on my end step, in which case I could Ephemerate and get a land, which would be pretty clutch. Okay, we'll just put the Force on the bottom. All right, well, they didn't crack it on my end step, so what do they got here? So Bloodbraid Elf, why not? So cascading into a Seasoned Pyromancer. All we really need is a land, guys. So this is going to draw 2 cards. What are they discarding? They discarded an Anger of the Gods. Is this like a Glory Bringer? Pillaging my land. Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? And they still have mana up for Relic, so that's just really quite terrible. So if I path their giant, I take 2, go to 8, trade here. Pillage off the top, so obnoxious. I could kill the Blood Braid. Now I have to kill the Bone Crusher, I think. I could also, hang on a second, I could also path my own Witness, but then I take 2, 6, 9, 10 Exactsies, so... I mean, we're pretty dead. Hey, Cactus. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. I was saying earlier that, kind of an earlier stream today. It's so rough because we just... I think miss some lands, and we've had the worship ready to go. Okay. I think I kind of want to just play the Hierarch and Ephemerate, just like Ghost Block. I'll take 4. I can untap and just slam Worship and pray. And it seems like my best bet. I can't even let this resolve. I can't. I have to say no. I actually don't need a land for Worship here. I can just play Worship. All right, so just Fade removal for 1 turn. We get to play 2 more creatures next turn. I don't have very high hopes, but it's better than it looked like it was going to be. Oh, get out of here. This is so stupid. You got me, opponent. They had nothing to play last turn, and they drew like exactly what they needed to hit there. So, sad face. Worship, though, once again showing that it gives us a way to win games that are otherwise completely unwinnable. The opponent did bring in some graveyard hate, as we saw. So, being on the play, I think I might want to bring in, like, I don't know, like, because I'm trying to ramp with Hierarch. Having extra 3-drop seems pretty good. I think the setup is sort of just fine, though. There's nothing that I really want to change. So I'll just run it back. I think I was pretty much just out of it, unless I had like exactly Worship there. Like I didn't have enough mana to do like an overloaded Winds. Well, this is, again, very awkward. We haven't drawn one smooth opening hand yet in this league. It's so risky. I mean, this might as well be a dead card. Like 5-drops suck in our opening hand, so it's sort of like a mulligan to 6 already. I would go get a Temple Garden, despite Blood Moon. Hope to draw a snake that ramps me into a basic or something. It's like super specific. I think I have to mulligan this. What do you guys think? We've got time. There's no huge rush here. I mean, it doesn't have a Hierarch. It doesn't have a snake. I think I have. I'm like 80%, 85% on mulliganing. I guess you guys don't really have an opinion. So I'll go ahead and mulligan. I hate it, but that's what I'm going to do. Okay, well, this has snakes. So I'm going to get a basic forest and then just start playing snakes, basically. I'm going to keep this, and I'm not going to have white for a little while, so I think I can put Blade Splicer on the bottom. And the plan is just like ramp into basics with oracles and dodge the nuts out of the opponent. But it looks like the opponent's got their 1-drop. I don't think Ponza ever doesn't have a 1-drop. Well, I really do need to get a basic, which is rough because I'd love to cast a fairy, but oh god, I think we're just gonna get Blood Mooned. Or pillaged. Or Bloodbraid Elf into pillage. How does Ponza always do this? All right. So untap with 5 mana on turn 3. Okay, you know, seems decent. They just happen to have another Anger of the Gods and another Seasoned Pyromancer in hand. All right, so now it's draw land, play chump blockers. One of the reasons I really like Soulherder as opposed to like other types of decks is that you pretty much always get to play Magic. So when I don't get to play Magic, I usually get pretty frustrated. All right, so tell the opponent good games. Good luck with the rest. Yeah, that was pretty rough. And, you know, it was kind of all about the opening hands, right? I haven't gotten a hand with, like, a couple of lands and a hierarch. You know, it's been, like, 2 lands with no 2-drops, or 1 land, or 0 lands. I think I've only kept 1 opening hand so far in this league. So once again, we're on the draw with no 1-drops or 2-drops. I'm playing against Aspiring Spike. Hey, big fan. Good luck. And he's keeping 7. He could be on just about anything. I don't like being on the draw without a 1-drop or a 2-drop. At the same time, maybe lands and spells is sort of enough, and I can just draw into snakes and hierarchs. So you know what? I'm going to keep. I'm getting tired of mulliganing. It's a borderline hand. Oh, so this is like Niv or something. Okay, just drawing more lands. I think that means we should probably play a fetch. In Search of Greatness. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may cast a permanent spell from your hand with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the highest converted mana cost among other permanents you control without paying its mana cost. If you don't, you scry. So I've heard Alicia talking about this card. So if he has exactly a 3-drop in his hand, he can cast it for free. So this is hooking us up with double white whenever we need it, or double blue. So I think like Temple Garden is probably the clear choice here. 2-drop, 3-drop. I'll keep playing my fetches. Yeah, this looks like devotion. And so I'm gonna sit on Skyclave to try to blow up more permanents. So next turn, maybe I'll just play Uro and try to ramp a little bit. So we're getting more green. Actually, yeah, I guess we do kind of have to get more green. We're not using the Ephemerate on Uro. And we couldn't anyway, given the weird way that our mono worked out. Actually, I guess we could play this. No, we can't. We couldn't do it anyway, I don't think. Actually, we could. We can get blue-green here. I'll do it that way, I guess. We'll see what we draw. Play the Mystic Gate. Go. I could also just play Blade Splicer. I kind of like ramping, but I can just play my land next turn anyway. The play next turn is just to go, like, Skyclave, blow up as much devotion as possible. We could also just, like, Eternal Witness, get back a land, but I think Uro is probably just the best here. Sorry, I messed up the taps here. And as I mentioned, I'm not really interested in ephemerating the Uro. So we're looking for, he's looking for a 4-drop here to cast for free, I believe. And he got it. All right, so opponent might not know what I'm playing. Oh, they have a Nykthos, why not, huh? Okay, Nissa is a 5-drop. That can't be answered by Skyclave Apparition, so it's time for the beatdowns, I guess. Sundering Titan. I'm just getting wrecked here. They had enough mana to cast Sundering Titan. That was a good game. I'm telling him LOL GG. Very nice. Sundering Titan on turn 4. Okay, so seems like there's a bunch of creatures. Path probably pretty good. Ether Gust, there's a bunch of green stuff. Don't know that they're searching their deck. Worship could be good. Looked like he was trying to get pretty aggro, so bring in Worship. Not sure that he would expect it. Not sure that there's a way to deal with it. Some Planeswalkers, some big old creatures. I'm not sure that I need more forces. Am I really bringing in an extra force against what looks like very much a creature deck? I've already got 2 forces. I've got 2 cryptics. I think I'm just looking to ramp, and I don't think I need like more forces. I think my best bet basically is to still try to go for the combo. It's like my fastest way to win. So I don't think I'm taking those things out. Resto comes out because he's not really trying to kill our team, I don't think. Skyclave seems good. Blade Splicer just puts up some defense. I could maybe cut an Uro. Maybe cut the Teferis. They're definitely just playing on their main phase and bouncing one thing when they're cruising towards billions of mana doesn't seem like it's that great of a plan. Potentially not a lot of removal, so I think I'll keep Soulherder in. No, we just saw Sundering Titan, right, as a payoff. So, as I said, I already have 2 forces. I don't really want to go up to 3, and we'll see if I get owned because I didn't have enough forces. I think Ramp is probably, well, Eternal Witness is a combo piece. I'm still sort of adjusting to the way that this particular deck operates. I think maybe one of the Blade Splicers is the last trim here. Oh, they got it from Karn, I see. But still, I think 2 forces is fine, along with the 2 cryptics. They do have tons of creatures, so I could just, get wrecked by all the creatures and get stuck with a bunch of Force of Negations in hand. It's not like it's like Storm or something where like 80% of their spells are non-creatures. Okay, so we're mulliganing once again. Again, I still think there's only been one opening hand in 3 matches. Is this the third match or the 4th match? I can't even keep track anymore. And we still can't find a 2-drop. And our opponents keep keeping 7 cards. This is impossible. I have to mulligan again. I'm doing this the dumb way. I'm going to lean on Hierarch. Creature. Well, kind of a weird creature. Can Big Nissa deal with Worship? I don't really know what Big Nissa does. All right. That's what we're looking for. Seems like the deck might just be trying to go like massively gigantic, and it's possible they have little to no removal and no enchantment removal, but I guess we'll see. Now, okay, so 2 Planeswalkers in 1 turn. So good call on the fact that they have lots of Planeswalkers. They have Tormod's Crypt. None of this is beating me yet, though. Yeah, Karn into Ballista does seem pretty bad. I agree. So I think I'll probably just... Yeah, I mean, Ballista just answers everything, right? So no sense playing out this Uro since it would just get exiled anyway. Tap my land's kind of weird there. All right, well, I mean, that's a decent card. Plus removal. I mean, removal does the job, right? If they go and get Ballista, I think it's just game over. So Karn once again proving to be kind of an annoying Magic card. But it's nice to see, you know, Aspiring Spike having a pretty good time over there. All right, so now I'm just blowing. Oh, they can just go to my face now, I guess, right? 14. Oh, because they're tapping for 2. Yeah, I'm just dead. Oh, well, actually, yeah, they're going to kill my stuff, so I guess I'm technically not dead, but I can kill the ballista. It kills my creature. Let's see. Kill the ballista. It's going to ping this for 2, ping me for 3, and then they just attack with a bunch of stuff. Man, it's hard to resist what's going on over there. I mean, if they had Nissa but no Karn, we would have gotten plenty of more turns. Could have gotten down a Skyclave, killed the Karn, or kill a Walking Ballista. Well, the Walking Ballista wouldn't be here because Karn wouldn't be here. Okay, so I think we've played at least 6 games, maybe 7, and we've mulliganed, I think, in 6 of those 7 games. Once to 4, twice to 5. Anyhow, let me remind you guys, I was saying earlier that one of my somebody who follows the stream told me in the last stream that I should set up Streamlabs to accept donations, and I sort of thought I had done that a while ago, but I guess not. And so now if you look below the stream, there's a tab that says About, and there's a big button that says Donate. So if you guys ever want to send me $1, $2, whatever, that button is down there. It should play like a nice little jingle and have a funny animation. If you type some words out, it should actually say what you type. But apparently, there's some issues with the text working. I thought I had tested all of this stuff, but apparently, it's not working exactly as I'd like it to. All right, let's just see if we can finish the league 3-2. Let's win out in the next 2. Okay, I can keep this. It's not the best hand in the world, but I'm going to keep it. It's actually pretty sketchy. Ugh, and so Tron, because Skyclave does nothing against it. Why not? I think we do want to get to well, green. I'll just play for a forest here. Maybe they'll have Dismember right away. Or maybe it's E-Tron and Skyclave is actually going to be quite good. Let's see. At least we hit that Cryptic, and Time Warp is, the Time Warp combo is great in this matchup. It's like a Ballista to get rid of the Hierarch. I mean, I don't really want to use 3 mana next turn anyway, as things stand. But I would like to keep my mana sources on the battlefield. Okay. It looks like it's Eldrazi Tron, though, which is kind of cool. But they did keep 7, which probably means that they're going to have 7 mana on turn 3. Looks like maybe just 3 mana on turn 3. Smuggler's Copter, that's an excellent target for Skyclave Apparition. And even though we've got the sort of combo with Skyclave and Ephemerate in hand, actually, I think I'm fine just taking a hit with Smuggler's Copter, so I do want to go for the double Skyclave action. Although, you know what? They could also just slam like a Thought Knot next turn and take Skyclave away. So, not really feeling that. So I'll go get another Hallowed Fountain here, I think. I think I bother with the Copter just because of the possibility that they take Skyclave away. It's obviously a creature deck since they're playing Smuggler's Copter, and having Skyclave on the board to be able to kill things is pretty nice. It's more about what Smuggler's Copter represents. Okay, another Karn. We will have Cryptic up, though, so that's nice. Liquid metal coating. I can just blow Karn up right now. That seems pretty good. Play Uro, ramp a little bit. So if I'm going to blow Karn up, I'd probably just attack the opponent. Now, I can ephemerate. Hang on a second. I can ephemerate and still hold up Cryptic, maybe? No, I guess not, because I have to use one of my blue, and I don't have blue in hand. So yeah, I'll just play the Uro, I guess. Yeah, I was like getting ahead of myself. The only way I would have enough mana for Cryptic would be if I cast Uro, and if I cast Uro, I'm not going to have Cryptic mana, obviously. But the hand is actually starting to shape up. All right, very nice. That's true, but they could also untap and have removal like Warping Whale, and then they could respond and, well, not Warping Whale, but Dismember. These decks do play Dismember, and I don't want to give them a chance to respond to Ephemerate, and I really don't care about this Illusion token, so I think the way that I did it was actually better. I'm just going to catch the rebound and pop this Chalice. Oh, I can't cast the Chalice. I can't cast the Ephemerate, but I have Teferi that can bounce whatever I want. Opponent is on 4 cards currently. We know one of them is Liquid Metal Coating, which is kind of dumb. Okay, well, we can't cast this. I could bounce the Chalice right now, cast the Ephemerate, but then they get a 4/4. I don't love that. Could also just attack and take another turn. I think that's fine. Can also just escape Uro pretty soon. Oh, cast it still. It would have gotten countered, of course. Like, what am I thinking? Thank you for pointing that out. That was pretty stupid. Should absolutely cast it, so it goes in the graveyard. Very dumb. And so they do have this Cavern down. It makes Cryptic less amazing. They're not threatening my life total right now. I think maybe I just play... well, first of all, I can start with this little guy. They're not... Even if they play an Eldrazi Temple next turn, they couldn't play All Is Dust. Still 3 mana away from that. Okay, Of One Mind is pretty nice. We don't have a human. I didn't really want to escape Uro just yet because Time Warp is nice in the graveyard. I think for now, I'm just going to bounce this Illusion. I could just not do anything. Yeah, I'll just bounce Illusion. Just kill the Illusion, draw a card, play a land. That's awesome. And just remember that Chalice of the Void is on the board, so I won't cast my Ephemerate. And that fetch gives us enough lands to escape Uro next turn. Another Karn, and they still got the Liquid Metal Coating on the battlefield. Okay. It's not going to stop me from escaping Uro, though. Force is a pretty nice card here. Sorry, I lost my chat for a second. Okay. I was thinking about Hierarch, but I only have 2 green right now since he blew up one of my lands. Take Teferi up. Hold up Force. And actually, Hierarch is countered by Chalice of the Void, so that doesn't work yet. But Teferi's getting close to getting the Chalice off the table. I could, of course, just bounce it with Cryptic if I really feel like it. Pretty sure Of One Mind is the pitch here. I can't. Are you talking about? Oh, they just conceded the game. Were you saying Ephemerate to kill the Karn? Because they have the Chalice out here? Yeah. All right, so I'm going to run to the bathroom. Be right back. Okay. Well, Ceremonious Rejection is going to be good. We didn't actually see a lot of creatures that game. I don't think we saw any creatures. But pretty sure this is a Eldrazi-tron deck. Force of Negation going to be awesome. Maybe Paths. So I like Teferi and the flexibility to bounce Chalices. Maybe I'll bring in Paths. Don't really think Resto is that important. I mean, actually, if it was the Glorious Protector, I would keep it in. Skyclave seems great. Maybe Trim 1 Time Warp? I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what I'm playing against. Splicer. I mean, it's good against like Matter Reshapers. It is kind of tiny though. I think I agree that that's a reasonable cut, and we'll just see if it would actually do anything. I've only got 15 seconds since I ran to the bathroom. I could also cut 1-drops, but I think a better plan is to just play our game. If they get a Chalice down, we've got potential ways to answer it between Skyclave Apparition and Cryptic and Teferi. Okay, well, I'm going to keep it. We might well get wrecked, but I've got a Force. So just Dismember on my turn. I don't think this is worth forcing just yet. We've got this guy that could potentially deal with it. This card, you do want to respect it. It's a very, very powerful Magic card. If I were to force it, I would probably pitch Time Warp, and then we can pass the turn with Ceremonious and Ice Fang up. Could also let it resolve and just counter whatever creature they play, unless they play a cavern next turn. But I think it's fine. Yeah, I'd love to play a snake on my turn here, but I guess I could and still hold up force, but I think I'd rather just pass with Ceremonious and Ice Fang up. I could also just let them play a creature and then take a hit. If I play my snake now, I can. I mean, I really want to hit a land. I think I need to do my best to play a land here. Ugh, all right. Well, we can start pitching expensive spells. The deck has not really been cooperating today. Looks like a Chalice. Simian Spirit Guide for Karn. They exiled 2 Simian Spirit Guides. That's pretty massive. We only have 1 Time Warp. So I kind of want to hang on to that, as silly as that might seem. There is another Cryptic in the deck. All right, I'm just gonna. Opponent doesn't have a land, so I'm just gonna keep playing my snakes. Hang on, no. I can attack and ephemerate. That's better because then I leave up Ceremonious. All right, that's beautiful. Okay, well, let's see what they've got. This is just fine, I think. They're going to want to crack this right away for a card, I'm sure. Okay, that's another part of the combo. And actually, we have all the pieces now, so opponent just scooped. I guess they don't have a lot going on in their hand since they seem to be stuck on the 2 lands. So I think, wasn't that just game 2? I think the opponent just... Did I win game 1? I can't even remember. I don't think I won game... Did I win game 1? I did. They scooped. That's right. Because it was Uro. Uro came out and they couldn't really do anything about it. All right. So we're 2-2. That's nice. For some reason, I was in that second game. I got in the mindset that we were behind. I guess it's just like I've been brutalized so much today. I mean, this is, I think, the first day of this new league. I doubt that any of my opponents have any trophies yet. We're just trying to finish the league positively right now. I'm just like even 2-2. So maybe we got all the mulligans out of our system already, and we'll just draw super well in this last match. So Soulherder lets you play like pretty much any cards that you want as long as they have ETB abilities. So I'm curious to know, you guys in the chat, like what is your favorite like personal spice in Soulherder? Like what's your one card that you love that, you can't play in any other deck? Is it like Deep Forest Hermit? This looks okay. Potential turn 2 Blade Splicer. I'm not playing the Vista yet just because we may need to get like 2 blue sources if we get to Uro. And I'm probably going to have to play these Temple Gardens anyway. Bolting my face. And lighting up the stage? Or what? There we go. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, here's an Uro. And I can ephemerate Uro. That sort of changes the plan. I was going to get Blade Splicer down, but this just looks like straight up Burn City, so... Lavinia of the 10th. It's a good card. Of One Mind. I can... Oh, well, it's sorcery, so I can't do it right now. That would be pretty cool. But it does mean that land means that I can continue ramping. I can flash... Actually, this is rough, because if I ephemerate... I gain life, but I have no way to catch the rebound. But I do get to keep ramping, so I think it's worth it. Gain some life, ramp a little more. Drew another Uro. That's very nice. Okay, well, now the opponent's probably less likely to bolt my Hierarch since I've got so many lands. And next turn we can go like Blade Splicer of One Mind. And we're getting, we're on our way to escaping Uro. Bolt, Skewer, Bolt. Yep. This is kind of wild how much burn is getting thrown at me. Maybe I want to Uro again? I don't know. Like, flashing in Resto to catch the rebound doesn't seem amazing. It doesn't really do anything. But it could put a card in the graveyard to get us closer to escaping Uro, which could be meaningful. Honestly, guys, I'm scared. I think I might just be dead. All right, well, I'm not going to cast this here. Could do Uro plus Oracle, get something on the battlefield. I think that seems fine. If I hit a land, maybe I would just play Blade Splicer. Fighting on the axis that the opponent is attacking us on. Okay. So I think that means I just want to play Blade Splicer here. All right. Can the opponent hit us for 11 on their turn? We can cast Of One Mind. It puts 4 cards in the graveyard. If they attack with something, I can block with the Blade Splicer to fill up the graveyard. No way. Let's start with Of One Mind. Oh, I should be able to escape Uro now. I'm sorry, what's impossible? I think I missed something in the chat. And if we live another turn, I can't risk paying life for this right now. If we live another turn, I could even resto the Uro if it comes to that. Well, they could have had, yeah, they could have had a land and another bolt, right? No, I guess maybe that wouldn't have done it. Okay. If we get one swing in with Uro, it could just be enough, I think. Opponent should need... oh my god. Got a trigger. Oh man, it's tense. Definitely want to leave up Resto for like the emergency gain 3 life. Cryptic seems pretty freaking good. Yeah, but yeah, I guess they're not playing lands, but yes, I agree. Seems they just don't want to play those lands out. So here, I might as well play a 3-drop, and well, I'm not gonna be. Let's see if they. I think I am probably just good here. Just pass the turn. Might as well have played this other hierarch. That was a tiny bit loose, but we. Wow. It's like all. It's the craziest like 1-drop burn. Wish I had some chalices. I mean, that's going to be hard to beat. I think I need Gust, and I even think I need the extra Force of Negation. I've heard some people saying, and it may have just been in the Merfolk Discord, that the general idea that Force is bad against Burn, but I think with our deck it's actually quite good because we draw so many cards, and all we need is time. So if we have like an extra blue card, like a Time Warp or something in hand, which is going to come out, we didn't see any creatures, but I can't imagine the deck not playing any creatures, and so I'm going to bring in Purges and Paths. It could be stupid, but I don't know that I've ever seen a red deck that just plays all spells and no creatures. If we don't see any creatures, of course, I can just take these out. That's the benefit of being up a game. I think I can take Soulherder out. I don't think Teferi is super necessary. I guess maybe Rift Bolts. Maybe one Ewit. I don't know. One Cryptic. And that was stressful. Just like 3 lightning bolts every turn. Yeah, Tartan, thanks for that insight. I think I'm on the same page as you, that since we're drawing so many cards, Force just seems great, particularly against a deck that literally just played spells all last game. Like, if we can trade 2 cards for an extra turn, that's probably going to be worth it. Let's see if we can get a repeat of the round 5 worship win. Opponent seems very uninterested in killing our creatures, which bodes potentially very well for worship. Remember that we're in, I don't want a mulligan. I'm so tired of mulliganing. Yeah, Force is clearly worse in this matchup in Merfolk. I mean, it's got the worship. It's got tons of card draw. Opponent's keeping 7. Worship is like the best, most likely way to win this matchup. On the draw, in particular. But we're on the draw. We get to see more cards. I'm talking myself into it. Oh, deck. So now I think I have to keep this. Or I could go down to 5. Currently can't play Magic. It's not very inspiring, this hand. I think I have to go to 5. This is fine. I'll play Hierarch. Try to save my creatures. I don't think I can afford the Force right now. Since I'm so low on cards already. I mean, I'm not that excited about it. Hey, it's a creature. I mean, an of one mind would be okay. Well, that's that. Another Ephemerate. Don't kill my Hierarch. Don't kill my Hierarch. Don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, any good opponent, any serious Magic player would just kill my Dork on the spot if they had the option. Okay, very nice. I'm happy that the opponent did that. It doesn't help us, but I mean, I think I kind of have to get a Hallowed Fountain here. It takes us further away from Death Touch, but at least it potentially lets us use these Ephemerates. Yeah, I'm pretty upset about the lands. They look kind of terrible. So I think like maybe one of my opponents mulliganed once or something this league. So now it's like Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt. So 6 + 6, going down to 2. They're on 2 cards. Play a land. You know, I might hit another basic, so let's go with the actually I'd rather hit like a basic planes and be able to double Ephemerate if I'm going for like edge case stuff. Ooh, a Force is sort of decent. I mean, it makes them look like snow, right? It just, at least first impression is that they don't read very well. Okay, well, clearly we have to counter that. Good stuff. Give me some good stuff. Burn players. So sophisticated with their combat step lightning bolt. All right, on the play, how do things change? We didn't hit a lot of lands there. I still don't like the expensive spells. I might actually take out the last cryptic. Bring back in a Teferi. Could just be a deck. I mean, they're running Wizard's Lightning, so it's like Soulscar Mage and Lightning Bolts, basically. I don't know, like, witnesses are bodies. Of One Mind is tricky, because if we can get it off early, then it's great, but if it just sits in hand, it's going to be poor. Maybe I can trim one of the Skyclaves. They're a little expensive, requiring double white. But it is removal, probably better than Eternal Witness. I'll just run it back. I don't think Teferi's good enough to bring in like both of them. All right, well, this is for to feed the kids, as Saffron Olive says. Are we going to get one treasure chest or no treasure chests? The deck says... so uninspiring, but I have to keep it. Let me go get a Hallowed Fountain on turn 1. Follow up with the Forest. Maybe I just cruise to Death Touch, like try to do it that way. Maybe that's smarter. I'm gonna try for basics this game. And I'm not going to block. Well, maybe I'll tap some stuff, untap some stuff. Maybe they make the opponent think I have a Gust or something, so they don't want to use their spells. But whatever. The timing here is like... doesn't matter a ton. Yeah. Gitu. So just wizards, basically. It's mono red, like wizard burn. Okay, so next turn we will have a death touching snake. Or I guess maybe not, right? Maybe not. Oh, yeah, because I can't play Teferi without basic planes, drawing entirely too many lands. So if I play Teferi, though, I have no cards to pitch to force. I could also just hold up Hardcast Force. I think maybe just getting a basic island here, holding up Force, like Hardcast Force. Next turn we can get a Resto down, try to do some fancy stuff with the Coatl. Currently, we can't really protect Teferi at all. Just try to counter removal on the snake. I mean, the three 1-drop opening is just super good for the opponent. I guess I might as well let this resolve. Maybe they have light up the stage. Yeah. So, well played, if I do say so myself. But now, I want to kill one of these things. We won't get to blink, but I think I'm kind of in that spot here. But you still prefer it? That's what I did. So I could take 7 now and hold up like Ghost Block next turn, but also potentially just ambush the opponent's creatures next turn. I think I just like trading, and then maybe I play Teferi and bounce one of their dudes. Then they attack it, I draw some cards. I think it is time to just kill one of these things. Okay, so that helps me make my call, I think. I'm going to play Teferi. This thing needs 2 or more instant or sorceries to get +1. Okay, well, if the Hierarch lives, we can play Snake and do some stuff with Restoration Angel next turn. Will the opponent go after Teferi, or will they go after me? Let's see. Manamorphose. Another Gitu. Oh, it has haste now. Jeez. 1 to Teferi, 1 to my face, maybe? Both to my face. Oh, I can't block. Yeah, that makes sense. Hey. Now, at this point, I might be looking to chump with the Hierarch. I could flash in the Resto and blink this thing, chump, and then hopefully eat something. Well, so we'll have to see how they go to combat, because they can't do anything with Teferi on the board, so they might just main phase stuff. And 2 burns just does it. 2 burn spells just does it, right? So. So the plan here is to play Restoration Angel. Maybe I can get away with blinking Coiling Oracle, block these 2 things, eat one of them, take 2. The other alternative, trying to be a little safer, is Resto, blink, Noble Hierarch, and line up all 3 blocks, double chump, but that doesn't seem very good to me at all. I need to draw some cards. Well, we're definitely going to kill one of their dudes. Over the Ghost block. Yeah, definitely. But it's like, I think drawing a card is worth taking 1 extra point of damage in this spot and not wasting the Noble Hierarch. So I'll blink the Coiling Oracle. Hey, that actually worked out pretty well. Ugh. We've got the hard cast force currently, so I can cast this Oracle. Or I can just Sky App. Sky App. Snake. So I go Sky App with white, like that. And go Snake. I can do exactly this, I think, without taking any more damage from lands. It's 8 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 7 mana. I only have 7. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, unless I draw something off of the Snake. But maybe I don't really need to play the Snake. Force is pretty clutch. They're going to skewer something, but they need to pay full price for skewer, so they might not be able to main phase it. I think Skyclave just hold up hardcast force is fine. I could also go like fetch a forest. No, I can't fetch a forest because my basics are all out. Yeah, we're on the same page. Paintball. So white, white. And I guess I'll just kill. The Gitu gets killed by Resto pretty cleanly, so maybe getting rid of Soul Scar is fine. Play this tapped. Pass the turn. I did activate Teferi already. But Freedy, my deck has not really been playing very nicely in this league. 3 lands, okay. That means they could go for main phase skewer. 2 cards in hand, though. We are so super close to drawing even. Or stabilizing is what I mean to say. I think this is just fine here. Okay, well, get to draw a few cards. Really looking for an Uro. Oh my god. So again, I don't have another basic to fetch. So if I want to escape Uro, I actually have to shock now. But I think that's probably going to be the best thing to do. I don't need white mana, so I can make extra blue with this thing here, if that helps. No, I think I'm just fine like this. Let's see. Oh my god, I can ephemerate the Uro. That's awesome. So we'll play this. We will ephemerate the Uro. Although, hang on. If I crack this and get a fetch, I go down to 4, but then I go back up to 7. I think just ephemerating and casting the snake seems like the best bet. But I should do like this, white-blue. I can still escape Uro if I go get double. Well, I'll just do it next turn. Like I'm at 10 life. I can play the snake now. Let's see if I draw another ephemerate or something. Okay, I did not. We'll tick to ferry up. We will play this tapped land. Not exactly even sure where that came from. All right, Cactus, congratulations. That's awesome. What deck were you playing, Cactus? Oh, they're gonna wipe my board, huh? Don't really want to even crack these fetches. Serve no reason to. All right, good cards are good. Don't really think Teferi needs to chill on 4. I'd like to get a card out of it. Okay. Well, congrats again, Cactus. That's pretty awesome. I guess it's combo goblins just because that's what people play these days, right? Like nobody's playing 8-whack anymore. Opponent Soulscar Mage looking pretty puny over there against Mr. Uro. Yeah. So, got a Breeding Pool and another Temple Garden. I think I'm fine to crack these now, thin the deck a little bit. Gonna gain more life on my turn, draw a bunch of cards. No, we got absolutely just completely demolished by Spike. Like, it's like ridiculous. We got Sundering Titaned on turn 4, and then he had like 2 Planeswalkers on turn 4, like the game after that. Well, this is well and truly wrapped up at this point. All right, so it looks like we're going to feed the kids after all. Uh-huh. About to flex on the opponent. Let them attack, crush their spirit. Do you want to put your tiny 1-drop back on top of the deck? All right, that was very exciting, I have to say. Like, playing against this like completely all-in red deck in round 5. Very nice. All right, well, the deck behaved as poorly as I've ever seen it behave in any league, in any run of matches in general. I think across like the 10 to 15 games that I played in the league, I mulliganed. Let's just say like on average like maybe 12 games in the entire league. I mulliganed like at least 8 times, if not more. Some like twice, at least twice to 5, at least once to 4 times. And we still got out of it with a 3-2. So, you know, I can't really complain. Still super fun to play. The deck after the opening the hand situation. Yeah, just so terrible. It was really pretty miserable, McDerp. So yeah, still nothing I really want to change about the deck. Blade Splicer really appeals to the side of me that just likes playing creatures and attacking. It's pretty good at both closing out games and stabilizing when the opponent has, if the opponent has a lot of creatures, you know, get Blade Splicer down, Ephemerate, and instant stabilization. Or, you know, if like the opponent's pretty low on life and all you want to do is just attack for like a few more points of damage, like getting a few golems down is pretty nice. I've also mentioned in the past the synergy with Of One Mind. Like if you have an empty board, you play Blade Splicer, like immediately Of One Mind only costs 1 mana, since Blade Splicer with 1 card brings a human and a non-human, sort of satisfying Of One Mind's conditions. Cryptic didn't do a lot in this league, but nothing. You know, we were just like fighting tooth and nail just to not go 0-5 in this league, so it didn't really have a chance to shine. When you mulligan to like 4 or 5, you're just not going to hit your lands. Things are not going to go smoothly. I find myself sideboarding out Soulherder fairly frequently against any decks that run, you know, a lot of lightning bolts or, you know, fatal pushes and other types of removal, and potentially like Lava Dart. This is like the most miserable card against Lava Dart. But if the opponent is playing anything where they're trying to just like solitaire at all, then Soulherder is kind of busted and can just sort of win the game by itself. And again, Restoration Angel is just standing in for the new card. I'm not sure if I want to run 1 or 2 of it. Typically when you're testing, you want to run at least 2 to make sure that you're actually seeing the card enough to test it. So, you know, Resto was kind of clutch in one of the games against that red deck. Actually, I guess it was that last game, right, where we were fighting to stabilize. And actually, I think Resto potentially is better in that spot for the instant blink than the Glorious Protector would have been. Like, I could have flashed in the Glorious Protector. The only difference would be that because I needed to block with the Coiling Oracle, I wouldn't have been able to tuck it away. I could have just chosen, just leave my creatures alone. And then, yeah, would have gone to blocks and would have drawn 1 fewer cards. I think that's a scenario where, though, we'd be sort of fine with the trade-off of not getting the immediate blink for the overall strength of the card Glorious Protector in the deck. Like, when you see people discussing the new card, I wonder if it's actually up on online. Like if I go to 0 and I type in Glorious Protector just to show you guys the card while I'm talking about it. When people talk about this card and where it's going to be good, everybody talks about like blink strategies. First people talk about it as like wrath protection, but then everybody's like, well, imagine ephemerating this, and that's what our deck is doing. So I'm excited to try it out. Haven't been able to find it yet. I think that event just started 4 minutes ago on Magic Online with the new call time cards. So some stock should be starting to hit the bots in the next couple of hours. I doubt that they're actually available now, but we can take a quick look. See if I can grab that Glorious Protector while you guys are still on the stream with me. While I'm waiting to get onto a bot here, I just want to mention one more time, I finally set up my Streamlabs for accepting donations from all you guys who come and watch. If you're interested in donating, underneath the stream, there's a tab called About, and the only thing under that is a button that just like big letters says Donate. If you donate, it'll show your message, like you can type a message out, and it should have a notification on the screen. And I was mentioning earlier that I really love on Nassif's stream how that text to voice, like the robot woman will read out whatever the person wants to say, like great league, Gabe. And it just makes it so much more fun. So unfortunately, I think maybe some people were telling me earlier that the sound wasn't working on my the pop-ups when people donate, so I'm gonna have to look into that. When I turned my volume on for a second, it had been muted at first. I heard some sound, but some people in the stream were saying they didn't hear it. So anyhow, maybe I have to do some troubleshooting. Let me look for this Glorious Protector. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be online yet. Yeah. Oh, wait. There is one. Yes. And it is $1.19. I do want to get the full art one, but I'm happy to part with one ticket just to get this card right now. Sweet. Oh, that's awesome. Like 4 minutes into event starting. Not sure how that works. I'm pretty sure it's from people cracking packs, but you guys saw it here first. Should I jump into a queue right now just to try the card out, see if we can draw it? Another thing I wanted to say to you guys is if anybody ever wants to see me run a particular deck, a particular build of Soulherder, a particular strategy like a certain card in Soulherder, I'm also on the Card Hoarder Network, so I haven't had to use their rental program yet, but I'm pretty sure I have a few $100s available to me to be able to rent cards. So if you guys want to see me play like Black Red Midrange or something, maybe I could give that a shot. But let me run to the bathroom real quick. But yeah, if you guys ever want to see any particular decks, let me know. If you donate, I'm certainly happy to try things out. So be right back. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to run an entire other league right now, but I'm certainly happy enough to jump into a queue just for funsies and see how this angel works out. Oh, for a second I thought it was Reed Duke, but I don't think it is. That's Rita Rabbit is Reed, but this is Reed Asarada. I think I ordered a new mattress. It should be arriving today. I'm kind of psyched. Well, here's the angel, and we have a snake. This is keepable. All right, you guys still with me? You ready to see some snaky angel love? Oh man, is Dredge? Dredge is coming for me. Can I draw force, please? I have won against Dredge with infinite turns. It has happened. Ah, Soulherder is a good one. Can we ramp with this Coiling Oracle, please? Pretty please, with sugar on top. Ugh, haven't ramped in a while with Coiling Oracle, it feels like. All right, I mean, next turn's probably just going to be getting Soulherder down, but if it's Dredge, we don't oh. I take it back. Warping Whale, totally fine. But imagine if I had my Glorious Protector around. So now I think it's just I can play. This is kind of cool to show you guys like how this works with like synergies between ramping with Uro, potentially with Coiling Oracle. Didn't happen there though. Like I can play Uro here, ramp, draw 5th land, take another turn. Now I've got one of the combo pieces in the graveyard. Drawing extra cards. So how do I want to get my lands going? So I think probably just basic blue here and then green, white. Let's see, basic blue. Getting Soulherder down here is just not that exciting since it's not really doing anything. I don't really even have any creatures in hand. That would be good to blink with it. Oh, but Soulherder and Glorious Protector is actually kind of a sick combo. Never really even thought that through. But that's amazing. Like, imagine tucking away 3 creatures with Glorious Protector and just blinking it every turn with Soulherder. All right, we drew a Hierarch. That's amazing. So now we get to actually play something with this land. So I am going to get that green-white anyway. And let's see what the opponent is doing over there with that Eldrazi Temple. So now we don't actually technically have to draw a land in order to cast the Time Warp. Wow, Prismatic Vista, Eldrazi Temple. This is some spice. This is why I like playing in queues. Well, you know, we didn't. This is kind of interesting also, is that opponents have to deal with Uro, and so they get distracted from dealing with, you know, what's going on in our hand. But this is going to lock down our sort of combo. So here, I'm going to cast Soulherder and then cast Of One Mind. And we'll see what happens. What kind of cards I draw. It's not time to leave out Glorious Protector yet. It's not really protecting anything. Of One Mind, looking good. Snake, so I can play this land and get a snake on the board so that Glorious Protector has stuff to do. Skyclave is a good card. Can start blowing these things up. I kind of want to trim, lands from the deck, so I think I'd prefer to play the Windswept Heath. And I'm going to attack. Hiya. See, Hierarch does have this stick in her hand that she likes to swing around sometimes. Opponent with the Relic. Okay. Definitely kind of a brew on the other side of the table right now. But I love that this first game has the Glorious Protector in hand. Let's see if we can see some cool Soulherder synergies. Oh, don't cast a Thought Knot, though. Don't do it. Blah. I guess they have to take the Skyclave, right? Maybe they take the Time Warp. It's pretty scary. But they have the Relic to take care of it. Don't take our only angel. Don't exile it. Come on. Please don't do it. Yeah, a green-red Eldrazi was a real thing. Like a year ago, 2 years ago, sometime in the recent past. They played Bloodbraid Elf. Tons of value all over the place. I mean, that's what it looks like, paintball, right? So, okay, opponent, you've seen my cards. Okay, right on top of that relic. So Ephemerate is kind of interesting because I could like blink the Hierarch and then get in with Exalted. Or I could get in with Exalted, let them block, and then blink the Hierarch to kill. But I would lose the Soulherder as well. Much better is just I could also just flash Inglorious Protector. But for now, I think the best play is probably just, you know what? If I flash Inglorious Protector, take away the Noble Hierarch, I can start blinking a lot of things and growing the Soulherder like crazy. But I think the best thing to do here would be just cast Time Warp first. Opponent does have the Relic, but they're going to have that for a while, and I like taking extra turns. All right, growing the Soulherder. It's transforming into Soulherder. So now I think we go for this funny play. I'm going to be attacking with a 4/4, and then I'm going to tuck my Hierarch away with the Glorious Protector with Ephemerate backup. Let's see how it goes. Opponent takes it wisely. Come on, all I need is like one snake. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, this Soulherder is going to get pretty big pretty soon. I mean, do I care? If I flash in the Glorious Protector, Soulherder becomes a 5/5. Can't block this turn, but it can do a good job next turn. I don't even have to Ghost block necessarily. I think I'm going to block with Hierarch and then save it. It's not like max value or anything here. But we've just had a weird hand, like with no snakes. So this is a situation already where Glorious Protector would be better as a resto, I think. But with Soulherder on board, it could still get a little out of hand. Yes. Okie dokie. Grow that Soulherder. And we will grow it to like a 7/7 next turn. More if I feel like it with this Ephemerate in hand. Crack that Relic. Come on. Oh, they're trying to dismember? Blah. All right. Well, I do need to save that guy. Like the only thing I have going right now. Do they have another dismember? That'd be a little ridiculous. All right, we can still start growing the Soulherder super fast. And we get to see how this works here. Why not ephemerate the Angel to tuck away Soulherder? This way I get to keep Soulherder on the board. Otherwise, it would go underneath the Glorious Protector and not do anything, right? To pump... That's what I'm doing. Oh, to pump the Soulherder. It was a -5/-5. I was thinking of it just as like a removal spell. No, I got you. That would have probably been... Actually, I don't... Yeah, that would have been better for sure. So, good call there. Don't need the Hierarch right now, so I'm gonna grow the Soulherder. Snake. Give me a snake. Oh, god damn it. Alright, let's make a 5/5. I mean, this would be awesome if I had any other creatures. Because Soulherder could be growing like crazy fast. So I punted there by not ephemerating to grow the Soulherder, and that's my bad, not Glorious Protector's bad. But that's a huge what? That's a huge benefit of having you guys with me, is like I wouldn't have thought of that. But you guys caught it. Actually, Freedy caught it in particular, so thank you very much to Freedy. Okay, well, those relics are gone, which means we can maybe get some graveyard shenanigans going again. Do have 4 Eternal Witnesses in the deck. Oh my god. What a draw. And they're going to take my creature away and attack with it now? I think that probably just ends the game. Yeah, no, I should have a much swoller Soulherder here. Not sure it would have helped given this what they're doing here with Obligator. Not strictly like just dead here, but it's not looking good. Oh, maybe I am. Maybe I am. I forgot that the Obligator was attacking too. All right, I think that does it because I block 5 and I take 12. Yeah, that'll do. All right, sorry about that, guys. Again, I'm not sure that... I think I might have just gotten hit for more damage if I had a bigger Soulherder, but typically that would have been the line to take. Not paying attention to the type of removal that the opponent was playing. Generally, we should be pretty good against these kinds of decks. I am going to bring in Worship, Paths, Ceremonious Rejections. Even though they look red, their creatures are all colorless. So Celestial Purge is not that good, except against Bloodbraid Elf, which I think is kind of the only red thing that they play, apart from Lightning Bolt and maybe Stomp or something. I mean, that was so frustrating because we had the Glorious Protector, we had the Soulherder. All we needed was kind of anything. Like Blade Splicer would have been dope. Any snake. Oh well. All right, got to figure out what to take out here. I want to keep Glorious Protector in. Typically against like big mana decks, the combo is pretty good. But I think I might just go like lean more on Cryptic Command. It's 1 mana less, and they're attacking, so having a way to tap down their creatures is pretty solid. Maybe Trim Anne of One Mind. Teferi can bounce creatures. No, I like Blade Splicer. I'm gonna keep it in. It just, it's a great target for Ephemerate. They have that Graveyard Hate in the main, so I should probably trim a Witness and at least an Oro, and I'm gonna run it like that. We just got pretty flooded in that game. If you looked at the board state at the end, I think we had like 9 lands, 2 creatures. What's up with my 2-drops? Got a mulligan. All right, significantly better. I think the force can go to the bottom. We're on the mulligan. Don't really want to pitch cards to the force, and they have a lot of creatures anyway. So force could just get stranded. Definitely going to play that. That's fine. Next turn, I'm probably going to play like Coatl plus Ceremonious Rejection. I'm going to play the Coatl now. Nice. No Cavern one time. This is one of my favorite plays in Magic, is Ceremonious Rejection countering a Thought-Knot Seer. I think I just attack and hold up Cryptic. Oh, that might change the math a little bit. I mean, it's hard to resist playing a Hierarch and a Soulherder this turn. If the opponent has another Thought-Knot, you know, they have to choose between these two things. If the plan is to get down Worship, and it is, obviously getting creatures down is great. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I mean, if they play like a Smasher next turn or something, that like really doesn't matter. Huh. It's getting in. What else, opponents? Oh man. Oh man. I kind of feel like I need to hold up Cryptic for a little while. There's no real reason not to. Like just tap their team and counter whatever they want to do. Oh god. Good catch. Good catch. I didn't even see it. Like whenever I play that, I always feel like the dumbest player in the world, but apparently people do that. Yeah, holding up Cryptic seems great to me here. We're also holding up this crazy Angel. Okay, now we can get Ceremonious Rejection. I mean, if they try to go straight to combat, Okay, looks like they're not. Got him. Got him. Got him. Just gonna counter this Smasher and tap their team. Sorry, opponent. I've got it again next turn, so I can just attack for a lot with the Soulherder. So now I do, in theory, have like Force plus Angel up. But more likely it's just Cryptic here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I've seen this happen before. Deja vu. Okay. Counter target spell. And maybe I'll just return this thing. I don't really care if they attack with one of them. Oh, they're dismembering my dude? What? That's so lame. Oh, man. Well, I mean, I'm attacking for 3 in the air next turn. Still have a 2-turn clock. Ephemerate would be okay. So would the this guy, but oh well. Lost my Soulherder again. Maybe next turn I just attack and slam Worship. And then if we have Worship down, Glorious Protector becomes our savior against any kind of board wipes. Also still at a pretty high life total. Hate to see Soulherder bite the dust. I could get Eternal Witness, get Soulherder back if I really felt like it. Let's see what I draw. I'd love to draw a blue card here. I mean, so they had a Ballista, so they're obviously playing Ballistas. Ephemerate is a good card. So, I mean, I could go just like Eternal Witness, get back Ceremonious Rejection, and then just hold up Ephemerate and Ceremonious Rejection. That's probably what I'll do here. Yeah, I mean, the plan was, so if I get Ceremonious Rejection, I'm countering all his dust if they have another temple. I will have a blue spell in hand to pitch to Force. Maybe I just tap these. Well, whatever. I just don't want to get, like, ballisted. We've also potentially have Ceremonious Rejection plus Force or Second Ceremonious in combination with Ephemerate. I've been a little backed up on mana in these two games. It's funny that I've had Worship in hand like all game, but it hasn't felt like the most necessary. Okay, opponent scooped. On to game 3. What would I change, if anything? The forces feel... I mean, they might play Karn, which is obnoxious. But we have the 2 Ceremonious Rejections as well. I mean, this is probably fine. It's pretty diverse. Trying to answer a little bit of everything. Honestly, the forces could maybe get trimmed. They just run like lightning bolts and dismembers, things like that. Awkward, but good enough to keep, I think, on the draw. Only thing it's lacking is green mana, and pretty much every land in the deck is either green or provides access to green. It's totally fine. Can't worry about that kind of stuff. Why did I play my island first? I guess I was going to counter something. Well, now even if we draw blue or more white mana, at least we have a Blade Splicer that we can get down. Deck is not treating me well in these first couple of draws, though. Hey, that's pretty sick. Okay, I still want to leave up Ceremonious Rejection. So odds are I'm going to get just like cast Ice Fang and maybe counter something. Weird hand out of the opponent, I have to say. That's fine. Yeah, casting Oracle would have been okay. I get my basics here to try to turn on Death Touch. Opponent on top of the relics. I could go for the Ephemerate here, but I think Ephemerate's just going to be stronger with like Blade Splicer and other cards. Well, there's another one. So let's do it. Let's see if we can get the opponent to burn a removal spell here. Okay, totally fine. Actually, they're going to kill their Noble Hierarch. That was an excellent use of Ephemerate, I'd say. Super undisciplined by the opponent, but let's see if we can capitalize on it. Now, this would be excellent to help open up our mana a little bit. Alternatively, and actually I still want to leave up Ceremonious. So yeah, I'm going to play the disciplined line here and go with this, holding up Ephemerate to protect it, also Ceremonious to counter anything that I don't like. Opponent's got the 2 redraws, but their mana is a little bit weird. They're probably sitting on some colorless mana requirement that they're not hitting. Okay, well, it looked like that line worked out pretty well. This is a game that I'd probably like to turn the corner on really fast, so I think I'm going to play the Blade Splicer and hold up Ephemerate and Ceremonious. Yeah, that Kozilek's return was pretty stupid. Sorry, opponent. No disrespect, but bad play. Need that colorless mana. No Cavern of Souls, please. That was yellow. I thought that might have been a Cavern of Souls. So Bloodbraid Elf, maybe? Which is... oh, they got a Wastes. Okay, so Matter Reshaper. That thing's fine. We've got First Strike, so no big deal. And I'm not going to be lured into casting this Ephemerate with red up here. Okay, now we're hitting our lands. Let's go to combat. Combat. Maybe they try to get rid of First Strike, but it's a 4/4 anyway, so... So probably running a bunch of those Kozilek's returns. I'd rather chill on Uro for a little while until the opponent feels like backed into a corner. So I could just get Worship down now. Seems fine. Opponent was jamming all their haymakers in game 1, so let's jam our weird dorky haymakers here in game 3. I don't know, because I felt like it. Does it matter? Why would I not fetch? Do I dare Ephemerate now? Some of their removal could be colorless, in which case I could counter it with Ceremonious Rejection. Well, I was planning on holding up both of these things this turn. This is fine. I can take damage. I don't need to rush on anything. I've got Worship down, so damage me as much as you want, opponent. Gonna wait for them. They're behind. Let them tap out, and then we'll go kind of bananas with our stuff. Okay. Good draw. If they go for Kozilek's Return again, I could Ephemerate Blade Splicer to make another Golem. Seems like it would be premature for them to play that, though. Maybe they're just sitting on 3 Kozilek's Rejections. Or Kozilek's... not Kozilek's Rejection, Kozilek's Return. Okay, let's pass the turn. And then if they do Kozilek's Return... okay, so they got rid of that now. Good. I feel like I'm like 80% right now to win this. Maybe 90%. And I love me some Ceremonious Rejection. They've been leaving up this red for a while, but not sure if that's particularly meaningful. I don't mind seeing what this Coatl draws me. I was going to say, like, no reason to overcommit to the board. At the same time, no, I'm just going to keep taking damage. I've got the Worship down. I've got creatures. I've got instant speed creature if they do manage to wipe my board. Also, I've got a Golem that doesn't care about Kozilek's Return. Sky App's pretty good. I see your point, Freedy. But I thought that I wanted the mana there, but it was a little hasty. I mean, this is sort of unnecessary, but, you know. They don't even get a card off this. And it looks like I'm at a low life total, but I'm really not. I am not invested in GameStop. I'm invested fairly heavily in Tesla, and I'm pretty plugged into that community online. And there's been so much chatter about GameStop. It's a little too erratic for my tastes. I understand the sort of theory behind it, but like I don't really like. I believe in the mission of Tesla. Like they have the smartest engineers in the world, and they're working their asses off like 24 hours a day. So they're going to keep growing like 100% year over year. But GameStop is just an old video game company. Like eventually, like things are going to somehow neutralize, and I don't want to be like holding the bag, you know? Yeah, I've had Tesla for like 5 years or more, so it's been sort of life changing. I think now I'm going to get down the Ice Fang. You know what? Hang on. I'm going to let them do what they want to do. It's pretty interesting watching this GameStop stuff though. Maybe opponent thinks they're going to time me out. Seems unlikely. I've got the ephemerate. I can just blow up this Thought Not Seer. Didn't even really think about that. A little bit shut off there for a second. And now, is this going to be the second engineering explosives on 0? Okay. Found a way to kill the golem. Probably shouldn't have let the opponent take that ephemerate. That was loose. Forgot about Skyclave for a second. Oh, that's pretty nice. I think I might just be able to win now by tapping their team. I can't count on Golem though, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not quite. But I mean, blowing up a Thought Knot and holding up Cryptic seems pretty good. I'm just going to attack with the Ice Fang Coatl. This engineered explosives on 0 is kind of stupid. Another nice card. Well, it's not only up because of the shorting. If the company was just doing terribly, that's sort of why people short the company, right? But apparently, like more than 1 million people organized on Reddit and decided to buy the stock. And I was reading that there's something like, I don't know, like less than 100 million shares in circulation. So if each person on Wall Street Bets buys, you know, like 20 shares or something, that they would control the entire float. But 1 million people buying the stock at the same time and agreeing to not, okay, opponent just scooped, agreeing to not, well, attacking with the team doesn't really do a ton just because they were going to kill the golem anyway. It was whatever. They only had a hierarch, so you're right that attacking with the team would have just been fine. All right, well, so we got like a little nibble, like a little hint of what the card can do. There wasn't really. They did have board wipes, right? So imagine if that Kozilek's Return came at, you know, a time when I had Glorious Protector in hand, then obviously having Wrath Protection. I think this is a check in favor of Glorious Protector. That one match that I just played definitely sort of says Glorious Protector seems to be a good card to have in the deck. When I actually played it out, like a couple of times in that match, it didn't do a ton, but I think that's just because I was like kind of behind in flooding. Like I had a Hierarch, the Glorious Protector, and a Soulherder. I kind of punted by not ephemerating the Glorious Protector to grow Soulherder outside of Dismember range, which was super smart. And all right, Freedy, that's okay. We can agree to disagree. I mean, you literally just saw the opponent cast like a couple of Kozilek's Returns, right? The other day, the argument was that nobody plays board wipes, right? So now we're seeing board wipes, and the card is no good still, I guess. But, you know, as I say, to each their own. The main purpose is not to protect against board wipes, but it is something that it does. It's another thing to do on turn 2. And as we've seen in the league today, a lot of our opening hands have had like no turn 2 plays, which can be pretty awkward. Being able to foretell this on turn 2 is just a nice, efficient way to use our mana. And then, hey, you get to cast like a Resto for 3 mana later in the game, and it doesn't have the double white requirement then. Resto was pretty good in the league against Burn. This card wouldn't have been as good in that spot, but I don't think I was literally dead on board in that spot either. And I think I explained earlier, the downside of this card there would have been just, it wouldn't have blinked the Oracle. I would have just chumped with the Oracle without drawing another card. But I did draw the Uro shortly thereafter in that game, I think. Or that may have been the game that I lost. I'm sort of losing track. Well, that's fine, Freedy. I don't think I really have to explain why this card is good in this deck, right? And why maybe having a single copy instead of a third copy of Cryptic might be good. Even if the opponent's not doing anything and there's not much of a board, maybe they have a Planeswalker and one creature. Obviously, having flyers with flash is pretty awesome. It can pressure Planeswalkers and just attack them down. If we've got a couple of dorks, it's going to generate a lot of value. It's going to make Ephemerate a lot better. Anyhow, it's the first match. Give it some time. I totally respect the idea that it might not be the optimal choice. But it's an exciting new card. Just came out today. And nobody's going to know how good it is until somebody tries it, right? So, in my view, it was a good card to have in the deck in that match in particular, because that deck was bringing board wipes in against us, right? So imagine that we established a really nice board of Eternal Witnesses and Snakes, and we're just trying to sort of tread water until we found something to do, Cryptics or Time Warps or something. Opponent goes for Kozilek's Return, and we play Glorious Protector, tucks away all the snakes. Ephemerate now draws 5 cards, etc. So, yeah, very good. So, anyhow, not a bad day of Magic. In the end, we went 3-2 in the league, added on 1 win in a queue, so 4-2 altogether. I don't like that they changed the art on the lands. I imagine they might be getting some feedback about this change. Like, why not leave the old cards as they were? My guess is that they must have already gotten some feedback that it's hard to tell the difference between snowlands and non-snowlands. So why not make them more legible? And, at the end of the day, we'll all get used to it, I guess. But my initial impression is that they're kind of weird. Although they are kind of distinctive, so maybe, we just get used to it and we just understand that those are snow permanents, right? I mean, look what they did with Coatl. My poor Coatl used to be so saturated and beautiful. Now it's just this grayed out mess. All right, so guys, again, a lot of fun playing the deck today. I'm personally psyched about this card. I love looking at it. The art is just fantastic. And I'll just remind you guys that I have a new link down below the stream under the About tab if you guys want to donate $1 or $2 if you appreciate the content. If you're not following, I'd appreciate it if you would give me a follow. Always trying to grow the channel. You can subscribe for free if you have Amazon Prime. So you just need to sort of link your account with Twitch, but it's very easy. It takes about 30 seconds. And that's it. So if nobody has any questions about any choices in the deck, I guess I'll just call it there. And I do have a couple of appointments, some work to do later in the afternoon, so I can get ready for that. And the next stream is going to be Monday evening, sometime probably around 7 o'clock Eastern. I did like getting this earlier stream in today. On Thursdays, I had previously been streaming like around 1 o'clock Eastern, but I started today more like 10:30, 11-ish. And it's nice because now it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I've got the whole day ahead of me. And I know there are some people in Europe that like to tune into the stream. And I know earlier in the day is just better for them. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'll hopefully see you on Monday. Have a great weekend and have fun playing